Lewis here with your RU64.com weather report. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast. It's going to be a rough start to the week with winds topping out at 64 miles per hour and a 64% chance of rain. Don't forget that umbrella or just call in sick. But don't worry, there are clear skies ahead with my favorite temperature, 64 degrees as your high and your low for the rest of the week.
Sir, who let you in here? Security!
RU64.com.
Take $1,000 off this mattress. Don't snooze on these savings. Only at Ashley.
From the station that's on your side, News 12, first at 5, continues.
Well, tomorrow marks 10 years since the terror attack at the finish line of the Boston Marathon. We hear from one of the survivors and her continued path to recovery. But first, new charges against a former Glen Hills Elementary School employee. News 12's Hallie Turner has been combing through documents all day. And Hallie, back in January, we knew he faced charges for accusations of licking and tickling a child's toes at Urban Air. But you found a lot more that many parents are going to find disturbing here.
Yeah, these documents revealed 25-year-old teacher aide Corey Rollins is charged with 8 counts of child molestation. What we know right now is these documents say 4 children were involved and all are under the age of 16. In one incident, we can confirm that it happened at Urban Air Adventure Park. But even before that came to light, the indictments showed that officials believed he molested 3 other children by inappropriately touching them. Documents say it took place between August of last year to January 2023 of this year. That was just before he was put on administrative leave by the Richmond County school system. And coming up all new tonight on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we'll give you a deeper look into the timeline of when all of this happened and how much prison time he could face if found guilty.
All right, thanks for that, Hallie. Well, as we go through the rest of this evening, we are going to keep an eye to the sky chances for the upcoming weekend. We'll talk more about that as well in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, a lot better weather in Aiken right now. You still got plenty of time to get out to downtown Aiken for food and family fun. The Foodies Festival is happening right now. Our Mikkel Harding is there live for us. Mikkel, what's going on? What kind of food do they have out there?
Well, they have a plethora of food. I'm actually standing next to Carolina Novelties, and they have definitely some stuffed animals here that they have on sale. You can see some vendors also behind me as well. But let's talk about the food, since, you know, that's what everybody really wants to talk about. And this is the South Carolina Food and Cultural Festival. Just a reminder, this does go until 7 p.m. tonight. And they'll be out here Saturday and Sunday as well. But you can see a few folks. We'll go this way first, looking down towards possibly some fusion of food down there. We see a beefed up food truck here, also chizito, so maybe a little bit of a Hispanic or Latin flair there. And as we look further down this way, we have some more of the sweets. So we have cotton candy, so we're talking about some shaved ice. How about that? If you want some sweets for your palate this evening, you can come out here to Aiken and check that out. And then even as we look a little bit further down this way, we have a funnel cake truck as well. We have a truck here with some drinks. So they also have drinks out here as well as food, sweets. I mean, it's a plethora of food, and I just see different countries and cultures represented, so I do think they're doing a really good job capturing the culture festival and what's happening out here. But you can kind of just pan the camera this way and just show people out here hanging out, having a good time. As our first alert meteorologist Anthony Carpino mentioned, the weather is a lot better. We're seeing some blue skies and a few clouds out here, but not seeing any threats of rainfall, at least in the immediate future. But I think it's a great time to be out here, and if you do want something to do for this evening, definitely come out here and check it out. As I mentioned, it's going until 7 p.m. tonight. We are off of 126 Newberry Street in downtown Aiken, so it's a good chance to check out some of the historic areas around downtown Aiken, but also come out here and check out this festival as well. But definitely, this does go until 7 p.m. tonight, and again, you'll have a chance to go Saturday and Sunday tomorrow from 11 to 7. But come out here and check it out. A lot of good stuff going on out here. Some great food.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Mikkel. Looks like a good turnout there already for tonight. Again, if you want to have as much fun as Mikkel is out there, it's not too late to get there. Downtown Aiken, the Food and Cultural Festival will be happening all weekend. It closes at 7 o'clock tonight. Tomorrow and Sunday, it'll open at 7 a.m. and close at 7, and admission is free. Well, South Carolina Attorney General Alan Wilson is forming a new task force aimed at fighting human trafficking in the upstate. It's designed to coordinate anti-human trafficking efforts in multiple upstate counties, including Greenwood, Lawrence, Newberry, and Abbeville. Wilson says the task force is a critical step in strengthening a statewide network.
And unfortunately for those who find themselves as victims of human trafficking, to help create a bridge from victimhood to survivorship. Because when a person goes through that type of abuse, when they go through that type of, when they get put through that, they need to have a group of people there that will help bridge them from what they went through to get to reassimilating back into society.
This is the 10th Regional Trafficking Task Force created in South Carolina. A recycling plant fire in Indiana has been extinguished after burning for days. Families say they're still concerned about their health, with good reason, after the EPA announces that they found cancer-causing toxins in the air. This video is a stark change from 48 hours ago when massive plumes of black smoke filled the air, spilling toxic chemicals into the sky. The EPA today says samples taken have tested positive for asbestos, a cancer-causing agent. They're still taking and processing regular samples to better understand what kinds of toxic chemicals went into the air and water from the burning plastics.
EPA is still here, IDM is still here. We're supposed to get some test results, I think, tomorrow. So we'll be able to make a determination whether we still have to shelter in place or, shelter elsewhere, or whether we can let everybody return to their homes.
Even with the fire now under control, crews will be out until at least tomorrow morning to put out any hot spots that pop up in that area. Well, tomorrow marks 10 years since two radicalized brothers launched a terror attack at the finish line of the Boston Marathon. The bombings killed 3 people and injured hundreds there. For the survivors, it's a time to reflect on their journey of recovery and how the nation changed that day.
Megan Zippin heard the first explosion as her foot hit the finish line.
When the second one happened, that's when my brain kind of dropped into this space of, like, this is not normal.
Her first thought was for 2 friends at the Boston Marathon to cheer her on. Both suffered life-threatening injuries.
Oh my God, the girls. I knew they were in the sidewalk. I knew they were in the smoke, but I couldn't see them.
How has it been dealing with that over the years?
It has been what I describe as a beast. For the first couple years, it really was a lot of guilt that they were there for me.
Along with the guilt came panic attacks, anxiety, and flashbacks.
When the sidewalk blows up that you're walking on, it's hard to walk on the sidewalk and think that it's not going to blow up again.
That day, Richard Serino was on the job. As Boston's former EMS chief, he helped design the widely praised emergency response and shares the lessons learned.
The most important lessons are to take care of the survivors with their mental health, to make sure first responders are taking care of the EMTs, the paramedics. Certainly, it felt like it tore a part of the city away, but the way people have come back and helped heal the city, I think the city is stronger.
And Zippin has gotten stronger, managing her PTSD through therapy and yoga and writing a book of poetry, but mostly through her 3 young boys.
One day I will tell them that they are the magic that helped turn their mama around.
She says the trauma will always be part of her, but that she's learned to experience joy in ways she never imagined. Jordan Jagelinzer, CBS News, Boston.
Zippin's book, First Light, will be released tomorrow. It's time to mark 10 years since the bombing. Well, the University of South Carolina is postponing a celebration for Dawn Staley. USC announcing today she has unavoidable scheduling conflicts. The event was originally scheduled to happen on the 27th at the Pastides Alumni Center. This annual fundraising event benefits the Dawn Staley Champions Fund. That supports scholarships for first-generation economically disadvantaged students and student athletes. They get financial aid for tuition and educational expenses. Well, a South Carolina high school football player has been named Gatorade Player of the Year. Jarvis Green, a Dutch Fork High School running back, was selected as the top high school football player in the entire state. Dutch Fork is 30 minutes north of Columbia. The senior is committed to play at Clemson University. As the Gatorade Player of the Year, Green chose Shriners Children's Hospital to receive a special grant as a sign of his appreciation for the work that they do.
I just wanted to give back to this community and just to this hospital, because the kids at this building are just what makes me, because I feel for those kids that are unfortunate to do some of the things that we could do.
Shriners Children's Hospital in Greenville first opened in 1927. Well, this weekend, Thompson High School is hosting a welding competition for their students in 9 other schools across the state. Now, it's the first time the school has hosted a competition like this. Is to give students one more opportunity to compete this year, and the competition consists of students getting a blueprint and using that as a guide for what they need to create. The teacher of the class says it's a great opportunity to prepare for a career in welding after high school.
It is all about the students, that's why we're here, and so just participating, it gets them out of their comfort zone, so they're able to be put in different situations and even do new blueprints that they might not have seen before.
And there will also be a job fair at the competition for students to network and make connections with the goal of helping them find jobs after graduation. One Columbia County school is getting a high honor from the Georgia Department of Education. Details when we come back, Anthony.
All right, well, as we go through the rest of this evening, we're going to have the chance for maybe an isolated shower here or there, but the overall trend is going to be drier as we go through the day tomorrow. By Sunday, though, we're going to look a little bit stormy, especially into the afternoon. We'll have one more check at that forecast when we come back.
Time in
There, right around 72 degrees, warming up to the upper 70s by Tuesday, and a little bit breezy continuing all the way through Wednesday. Winds between about 15 to 20 miles per hour. The wind calms down by Wednesday night, and we stay nice and warm Thursday and Friday into the 80s.
Thanks, Anthony. Columbia Middle School is being recognized in a big way by the state. Our Wolf Volk went to the ceremony where the school was named the 2022-23 Military Flagship School.
Leaving all those friends behind, and also on top of that, meeting new friends, it can be a really difficult challenge, but sometimes there are those people that can help you out. They can help you get used to your new environment.
Columbia Middle School has more than 100 students like him from military families.
It's a wonderful experience to be a military child. There's a lot of great advantages with that, but I think the moves and the transitions is always a little anxiety or butterflies involved with that.
Georgia Superintendent of Education Richard Woods recognized 8 schools across the state this year as military flagship schools. He says Columbia Middle stands out because they do a good job helping military students.
If I'm going to be deployed somewhere, Columbia County is where I want to go.
This is not a very common thing that happens, so I was really just honored that I was asked to be here for it.
Adam Riggs says the school's military counselors have helped his kids a lot. He's happy to see Columbia Middle get recognized.
Because of the positive experiences we've had, it's not entirely surprising that they're getting recognized, and I think it's a great thing.
In Grovetown, Will Bull, on your side.
Thanks, Will. Would you tell a perfect stranger that you're not going to be home for a week? If you're not careful, you'll do that the next time you've got your toes in the sand. Coming up, how to share vacation photos to Facebook safely.
First alert, right?
7-10-20 for a free brochure. If you're planning a summer vacation, you've probably heard it isn't a good idea to let everyone on Facebook know that you're not home. Some Facebook users wait until they get home to post vacation photos. Others make the mistake of letting the world know that their house is sitting empty. Our consumer tech reporter, Jamie Tucker, has more on how to protect yourself.
What the Tech? Sponsored by WOW Internet.
Now, this may make you think twice about posting vacation photos while you're on vacation. I want to show you how a burglar can find an empty house. Ready?
Using Facebook, the bad guy finds a local public Facebook group. They're able to see other members in that group, and they pick one to see their profile and to see all of the photos they posted publicly. Now, this time of year, it might not take very long to find someone who's posted vacation photos, along with the date it was taken. And most people don't think about this when posting photos of the kids at the beach. If you can't wait till you get home, you can do this. You click on your friends and then custom list. Here you can make a list of close friends that you do trust, and then add people to that list. Now when you just have to post a vacation photo, choose to share the photos only with people on that list. Even if they like or comment on the picture, only people on your custom list can see it. Custom lists are also good for other posts. We all have friends who are easily offended, friends you'd rather not see your party pics. I created a custom list of friends who are jerks. We all have those. I added their names to a jerks list, and now when I want to post something without seeing their loud opposing opinions and arguments, I share to all of my friends except people on the jerks list.
And before you say, oh, you're just giving bad guys some suggestions, trust me, they already know they can get a lot of information on Facebook and Instagram because we share too much. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
And it's important to note that anyone can see your public Facebook post and photos, even if they're not on Facebook. Anthony, I hope you took me off the jerk list from the last hour. Please, I'm begging
thinking
you.
about it. I think we'll be okay. Just
We'll
don't
be
touch
okay?
the plants.
That's fine.
Don't touch the plants.
I'm not going to. I promise.
All right, as we go through this evening, we're going to get a good chance to dry things up. We're going to stay dry as we go through Saturday as well, but storms could be possible for Sunday. We've issued a first alert for the entire CSRA. We'll have one more check that forecast when we come back.
It sounded like a loud